All right, if you have watched any stand-up comedy or seen a movie in the past 10 years, you're probably familiar with our special guest this morning. In fact, you can catch him right now in theaters in the movie 21 Jump Street. Here's a clip.
You won't mind if I search your bike now, would you?
Go ahead.
Get up.
Cálmate, gringo.
Man, you guys even real cops. You look like the kids on Halloween.
Why do you have... Oh, my God. Hey, stop! What do I do? Chase someone! Don't run from me! You're making it worse for yourself! Come in! What's up? What's up?
We are very excited to welcome actor and comedian DeRay Davis to our Fox 29 studio.
How you doing,
welcome.
man?
Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, Shannon humped me that day. It was the weirdest day of my. It was one of the weirdest days of my life.
Those two guys together.
Me.
Listen, you have 5 shows here in West Palm Beach this weekend. You have 2 tonight, 2 tomorrow, 1 on Sunday.
1 on Sunday, right after church.
How did you?
Right after church, come on down there and.
Yes, you've had your God now. Come on over and listen to this. I'm going to ask you the standard question first. How did you get going in comedy? Because I know everybody wants to know that. Did you just stand up one day, do open mic, or how did you do it?
No, my uncle was a bartender at a comedy club.
Oh.
And, so I was going in there to talk to him, and I saw a comic on stage I had never even seen stand up on TV at all.
Oh.
Not once. And I saw it and fell in love with it live.
But it's hard. Like, I've tried open mic night, and it's hard to stand up. Jokes you think are funny at home, you get up and you do them, and people are like, that's not
I try not to think about what people are feeling at home or what they're going. I try to just go up there and be myself. You know what I mean? So it's harder to wonder, is everybody going to like this?
Now, how do you keep it fresh? You're doing so many shows at such a short period of time.
Exactly what I do. I keep it fresh. It's a different show for every crowd. I feel it out. I'm more of an improv guy, so.
How did it? Well, your comedy has a lot of personal stuff that you talk about. I mean, I've been watching you for years. But you talk about your mom, your sister,
right now.
growing up poor. And is all that stuff true, or do you kind of make some of that stuff up for the comedy?
I mean, no. You embellish because you don't want anybody to feel like the names have been changed, just like the TV movies. You know, but I've definitely been through those things. I don't like when people go on stage and talk about things they really can't feel. You know?
Right.
So there's some Richard Pryor about me that I feel I need to lock into that and definitely.
But I think people can tell. If it's not real, I think people can tell by your face. My favorite stuff you're doing right now, I've seen a lot of your clips from your new Power Plays special for Showtime, is the stuff that men can't do.
Certain things. Like our handshake was firm, so that was a nice handshake, but we couldn't have hugged. It's too early for a hug. There's a certain hour that hugs start.
There's something about lint.
Noon. Yeah, I can't get lint off your shoulder anymore. The line is way too thin. I don't want to see any man drinking smoothies with a group of men. It could be you can't be in a group of men drinking a smoothie. Here, try my straw. You just can't do it. I don't want to see any cherries in any man drinks.
How do you make this transition into movies? Like, this is not your first movie with Jonah Hill, by the way. Were you get into the Greek also, or did you?
You know what, Jonah saw? I was in Get Him to the Greek, which I had tattoos, but they cut that part out.
Okay.
So it was my first time being seen with Jonah Hill.
Oh, okay.
Although I still love the residual checks. Thank you.
Yeah.
And, but it's my first time working with Jonah, like face to face. So.
And this was a big movie, a big comedy movie. But you've done you've been with a lot of, you've been Robin Williams, Old Dogs, Eddie Murphy.
2 movies with Robin Williams, License to Wed and Robin Williams. Yeah, and Old Dogs with John Travolta.
What is it
Very
like?
Nice guy.
What about these legends of comedy when you get on camera with them? Are you in awe at all? Because they've been doing this for longer than you have.
I'm a little nervous. I said you can't. Robin Williams is probably one of the greatest ever did it. He probably made me the most comfortable.
Yeah.
You worked with Robin, and then I worked with. The difference between like a Will Ferrell and Eddie Murphy is different because you see Eddie Murphy, he jumps in this long stretch jet to go home, and you see Will Ferrell unplug his car as he pulls off. You're like, oh my God.
That was semi-pro, right?
This guy semi-pro. I'm like, this guy just made $20 million. He just pulled his car out of his pocket and pulled off. So
what's next? Do you have another movie coming up?
Touring and a lot of TV. I'm developing like more because I have a daughter, so I'm trying to sit at home. It's harder when you do movies and you tour a lot. As you can see, my voice is taking a toll. I want to sit at home and actually develop a TV show and make it make sense. Yeah.
All right, that makes good sense. We're excited to see you. We're going to go see you this weekend.
Don't lie to me. Don't you lie to me.
I'm not going.
And that's another thou shalt not. A man cannot tell another man he's excited to see him. You can't do that. He's like, I'm excited to see you. Can't do it.
I'm so not excited you're here.
Right,
and,
like that. See, that's tough. I like that.
I'm not going to tell you good night.
At all.
Thank you for being here this morning. You're going to join us for the Pulse in a couple minutes.
Yeah, so I still have one by
No, yeah, we'll see. We'll give your opinion on some top stories. All right, DeRay Davis, be back in just a minute. Let's get a check
on
your morning weather.
I'm not supposed to say that.
They are.
It's in these